Hey, AFTERBUZZers, we're in Hilton Head. Catherine for the win. Ashley is insane. My blood is boiling. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
He's got money. He's
I can't even dance.
I know.
I can't get into this.
It's crazy.
Screw the dancing.
Oh my
so
God.
Got tea to drink and things to talk about.
Oh my God.
I can't
and I literally have tea in here.
Yeah,
I should have had tea.
my mind is everywhere. Hey, AFTERBUZZers, welcome Southern Charm. A Hilton headache for sure.
Yes.
We are all over the place, but let's try and get ourselves together. Let me introduce my lovely co-hosts.
Hi, y'all. My name is Cristal McLoughlin. I hope you guys are excited as we are because we have so much to talk about.
I'm Matt Marr. I don't care. Let's go. There's so much.
Yeah, and I'm Mayte. Let's get right to it.
Teasing.
Oh my God. Okay.
Our live chat's blowing up, and a lot of the keywords already are trashly.
Yes. Let me just say I skimmed a little bit through Twitter, and it is trending #Southern Charm, and everyone has named Ashley Trashly, which I love.
Trashly.
Yeah, 100%.
Right. But, you know, sometimes we like to tease in the very beginning, and we like to talk about, you know, the main points of the show towards the end. But this time I'm like, no, we have to go full force and talk about it.
Yes.
Okay, deep breaths, guys.
Deep breaths.
Ashley was so out of line. She was word vomiting everything. She meant everything that she was saying. I mean, what are our initial thoughts for Ashley and her conversation? Well, it wasn't even a conversation. She was yelling and talking all this mess to Catherine, trying to school her, when in no point does she have the authority to do that.
Well, all I could think about is wait till Patricia hears about this.
Oh.
Because let me tell you.
Patricia's gonna...
She is going to hang this woman, okay? Let me just tell you, she does not like trash, and she is trash. I mean, what type of person attacks someone who doesn't even have children, who wasn't even around this entire time, and all of a sudden she knows? Like, she's like like, you're the therapist, okay?
It's
Please.
like, yeah, she's trying to school Ashley on being a mother, and it's like, what makes you a mother? Sorry, Catherine. But I'm questioning, like, wait, Ashley, what makes you a mother? Someone who's been with, you've been with Thomas for 3 months?
Exactly. Like, what gives you the right? Like, how dare you?
Ashley said, she threatened Catherine and said, you better watch yourself.
Well, it's like one of our comments in the chat, actually, CC Freak says, you know it must be bad if Shep, a.k.a. I Love Everyone, says that he does not like Trashly.
Yes.
Which is true, because he always is like, no, it's fine. And he was like, no.
He was not having it.
I think... As the therapist brain, I think I wrote in my notes, I was like, someone didn't have a good relationship with her father.
Yeah.
Like, that's, like, I just was kind of like, #daddy issues or mommy issues. Because it's sad because she's so desperately needy.
Yes.
Needy for attention, needy for love, needy for acceptance. Because all of this is starting with not being invited to a child's birthday party.
Yes.
You know, and it's just...
Insecure.
It's insecure, and she's inserting herself in something that has nothing really to do with her at this point. At least from what we're seeing, but I feel like they're being... You know, sometimes on this show I wonder, well... Because Ashley keeps saying, you don't know behind the scenes. You don't know.
Yeah.
Chelsea.
No,
Chelsea.
you don't know
Chelsea,
what
you don't
it
know.
feels like.
And I'm like, well...
Who are you?
Where's Daniel?
But I feel like we're getting a clear representation. I think the editing is correct because everybody else is giving us the same impression. Where there's been some stuff before where you kind of get mixed messages.
Right.
We're not getting a mixed
No.
message. She boarded the crazy train and is going a choo-choo
And I was
forward.
reading online,
Full
and
speed.
she was saying that that this is not a setup. Like, these are her words. Everything she said was coming from her. Nobody told her to say anything. And she did comment that she was like, I can't remember exactly what she said, but somewhere along the lines of being lightly embarrassed about it.
Yeah, and they actually, and also in the chat, guys, our other co-panelist, Laura. She is home with baby because she's a mom, and so she's got to be home. But she is in the live chat.
Yes.
And she just said, too, for the first time, I feel sorry for Thomas. And
No.
although he's a grown man and should know better. And I
No.
actually said, Lauren, no.
No, sorry, girl. I do not
I love you,
agree.
girl, but no.
I
love you, but
don't
no.
agree with Thomas. Now, the entire time, everyone around that table was like, Thomas, do something, say something. And on the contrary, when Thomas tried to step in, he gave a little smirk, like he was kind of enjoying the moment.
Hey, y'all.
Yeah,
so
just like
can't
that.
we all just get along? Something going on here. Y'all want me to grab somebody's boobs?
Oh, God.
That's probably what he was thinking about. Because
Okay.
he's a pig. But anyway, so I think for me, like this kind of talking about this piecing out a lot of the first, and then Catherine said it, and we all teared up, I think, when she started talking about how all these women who 2 years ago hated her literally banded together. And I just like Naomi, Danny, Chelsea, I'm just like, what
And
did
even
you call
Whitney. Whitney chimed
Whitney.
in.
You called
He's
them
like,
ride or die?
Yeah.
Yes, so I said those are, we kind of looked at each other with Krista and we're like, those are kind of your ride or die chicks
Yes.
that will stick,
Yeah.
especially Danny. Like, I want Danny to be my friend.
Yeah.
Because that girl literally was like, Thomas, come here.
Danny is my
stepped him
friend.
aside and said, you know what? You need to make sure that this chick does not continue to insult Catherine, which is the mother of your children, and have some respect towards her if she wants to continue being in this family. And Thomas just didn't react to it either.
I mean, Thomas did, again, I don't feel sorry for Thomas at all, but I do.
He likes it.
I
He
don't-
likes it.
I
He
don't
does.
feel sorry for Ashley. I'm trying to think of the word. I feel
Annoyed.
annoyed, but I also
Annoyed of
feel,
her. Oh.
I mean, because she's an adult, she's 33, she can control her actions, but also I feel saddened for her that she
Yeah.
still doesn't realize that a lot of this is that she is reacting to Thomas being Thomas.
Yes.
You know, and she's so thirsty for that validation of the marriage, the babies,
you-
and he's
yeah,
so
she's-
avoidant of it.
She's not thirsty.
No.
She's dehydrated.
She is
Yeah, no,
dehydrated.
she is. And if you notice, she's got almost like childlike behavior, right? Like she's brushing his hair and she's painting his nails. Like
Yeah.
that's what you do to a doll. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like it's just very weird, very bizarre. Her behavior is
She
very
fights
like
childish.
Yeah, she
Literally,
does.
she was like, before even like the Chelsea thing, she was talking to her and she was just going, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then she just,
was
like, when she would
weird.
bring up something,
It's like middle school, right?
Catherine's kind of up there and she's like, yeah, but I talked to the nanny. The nanny.
Yeah.
She just like goes over and I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa, dude.
Like she did to Danny, right?
And then
when
she's
she
like
called her the enabler.
crazy to him. And then to Thomas, she was like, baby, I love you.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I want to
this
have your
is-
kids
and I want to get married and I just want to be with you
Every
and I want you to
5
stick
seconds.
to my yes.
It's like stop. It's
Yeah.
it's
This is-
excessive. It's disgusting.
It is
just-
like the hand that rocks the cradle, some
totally
Rebecca
is.
De Mornay.
it is.
Yes.
I agree.
That's what it is. And
I
I am calling it now. Prediction now. Don't play the music. We're not there yet. But
Wait,
no, I'm
hold
telling
on it.
you, all of this is, I don't even know if she really feels this way about Catherine. I think all of it is her ploy just to get Thomas into bed and have a baby. That's all it's about. And be famous.
AfterBuzz TV exclusive.
Yes, Bree.
That's what I think it is. That's what I think
I
it
think
is.
she's trying to pull him away from everybody so that she has him all to herself so that she can, like you said, have the baby. And then that way no one's involved. No one can say anything to Thomas. No one is going to, protect Thomas if he's far away and he's with her, right? And now she's going to get what she wants, if things keep going the way they're going, I mean.
It's just so
You know how this is
transparent.
Yeah.
That's the. I'm sorry. I just wanted.
Yeah.
In that, like, again, it's not some Rebecca De Mornay stuff because Rebecca De Mornay was smarter than that. And if you haven't seen The Hand That Rocks the Cradle,
So good.
you'll thank me. You'll thank us.
Yes, so good.
But look. I've been that big. I've played a game before when I was in my 20s. And you got to play the long game.
Wait, you're not?
I know.
anymore?
I thought you were a teenager.
I'm 15 now. I'm just aging backwards. But you've got to play like the long. But the
Benjamin
fact
Button.
that she was so crazy, showing her true crazy self, and then being literally in the next 10 minutes so lovey-dovey, and
It's
like talking about
psycho.
kids and stuff.
Psycho.
It's psycho.
It is
Psycho.
very
Psycho.
She said, you know what? When she was talking to Thomas, she was saying how she kept on kissing Catherine's butt, right? And she kept on like saying all these things and trying to be like more supportive of her and be involved in the children's lives and in her life. But in reality, what we see is like that girl hasn't tried hard enough. Like you need to set yourself aside and you need to know when your time comes.
Bouncing off of that, my question is, if she's saying that she's kissing her butt and she's doing this and she's doing that and she can't stand anymore, what did Catherine do that was so bad? She still hasn't talked about that. If Catherine is such a horrible person,
that's
what
true.
is it about Catherine that she did to you that you are so upset about? Because as far as I can see,
Have Thomas's kids.
yeah.
That's what it is.
Oh, and not only that, but like,
Because if it was so bad, she would have said
Yeah.
it. Because she's crazy, but she's holding it like she knows something. She doesn't.
And it's so funny because I was listening to the Southern Charm after show on Bravo, and they were talking about how like initially.
Which you should listen to after you listen to ours.
Yes.
But
Yes.
only
It's just,
after.
it's just the people on the show.
Yeah, it's people on
So
the show.
basically, like, I guess Catherine had asked her to go shopping. What is that place that they
Oh,
go?
Gwen's.
Gwen's.
She
Last name Mervyn's.
initially had asked her to go shopping, and then Thomas told Patricia to take her shopping.
No.
Swear.
Wait, Ashley said Catherine had asked her?
No.
Catherine had talked about how she had asked her initially to go shopping at Gwen's, and then the next thing she knows, she was going shopping with Patricia because Thomas had asked Patricia to
So
take her.
Ashley said Catherine initially asked her.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's what it goes back to. It's Thomas, the one that is an egomaniac and
Yes.
a narcissist.
Yes.
He really is a.
Yes,
as
I
for
think
the-
he's
a
playing
classic
in their
narcissist.
head, in her
Yes.
head.
Well,
Like,
he's trying
like
to-
dancing in Ashley's head, right? Like you said.
But
And
you know what's
guarantee you,
crazy?
he's going to suck up to Catherine more now.
Oh yeah. But you know what's crazy is that we don't get to see Thomas tell Ashley all these things.
Yeah.
It's like Ashley
don't.
is just portraying everything out there,
Yeah,
and Thomas is
projecting
just
everything, right?
sitting on the sidelines, looking at everything. It's like,
But he looks guilty. If you watch him, he looks guilty.
Well, Laura actually brought up too. She said, can we talk about Thomas's forehead? Is that bad Botox or does he really have Spock brows? There is, I think he
we'll
did
talk
get bad.
about- yeah.
I think he got some bad Botox because he
we'll
has
talk
this
about
weird
that in the
face.
boat ride.
When he like yelled.
Yeah, it's so weird.
I can't believe I just did that face. But that's the face he did, okay,
He
you
did.
guys? I can't help it.
And one more thing I want to say too is that I think that we know, because if you this is a little bit of a spoiler alert, so take off your thing for 5 seconds, but we know last week.
Spoiler alert!
See, it's happening.
Spoiler alert!
I love this.
But,
Spoiler alert!
I'll go like this when it's
Spoiler
done,
alert.
or I'll thumbs up. But we know that Catherine just signed, we talked about last week, just got her agreement. So, y'all, I mean, basically, Catherine's kind of been castrated with what she can do with her kids because she's been at Thomas's whim because she doesn't have money.
Yeah.
And he's the one that had all this.
And
because,
she pays him $100 every month. Did
Yeah.
you know that?
Yeah.
What? Oh
yes.
God, you
And
are
because-
feeding me
Oh,
all
and
this
because
information.
they're
I love
not
it.
married and they're in a more conservative, especially red state, the laws for parents are not always on the side of. It's not like in California and things
Right,
like
we
that.
side with the mother more than the
So
father.
that's why she literally is just walking the line that she can do, and that's why she's not seeing her kids like she wants to because she hasn't been able to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay, thumbs up. No more spoilers.
And you know what? Catherine talks about that too during her reviews as we're watching the show, and that she just doesn't get to see her children as much as she'd like. But hopefully now that'll change. One thing that I do want to bring up that really got under my skin was that, you know, Ashley called everyone an enabler, and then she went to Thomas and said, "I've never fought for a man the way I've fought for you."
That's what I'm saying. It's so transparent, like 13-year-old girl.
Make
Like
me
I'm gonna
wanna
do
throw
this, and then
Barf.
I'm gonna make you feel like I'm so loyal to you. And I'm telling you, Thomas is dumb in a lot of ways, but he's not an idiot. He has to see through that and be like,
I
this
don't
is-
know.
I don't know.
I don't
though.
think so.
Did you see the way he looked at her when she was brushing his hair and paint? He was just
Yes.
like
He-
eating
oh.
it
He's
up.
feeding his ego.
Come on.
Yeah, at first I was trying to give the benefit of the doubt to Thomas, but then switching gears, we jump into what I like to call the aftermath, and it's the you know, Thomas and the whole Danny situation.
Yeah.
How Danny pulled him aside and kind of told him his truth.
Good
and
friend.
then we switch over to the ferry ride. And
Yeah.
I was literally on the edge of my seat because I'm like, God, this is going to get dirty and nasty. And the moment I saw Thomas get up and the way he talked to Chelsea, how she was scared. Did you see Chelsea started crying?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, this is the real authentic side of Thomas.
Yep.
Like, you cannot fake that.
No.
You cannot
No,
edit
it
that
was,
portion.
It was
It
the
was so
look on his.
blunt.
I mean, yes,
The
because
devil.
of his. I think he looked weird because I think he does have bad Botox.
Yeah.
But that on top, which already, I did Botox once, and it did kind of make me look like an evil Disney queen. It made my brows look like this. And
Oh,
so
you don't like that? Everyone likes to look evil. No, I'm
No,
kidding.
yeah, it doesn't. An arch brow doesn't look good on a man, but it looks good on one. I tried it weird way. Try it, everybody. You never know. I love to hear. But it was again like out of nowhere. The rage, like almost, it made me scared for Catherine, and it made me scared for Ashley, and any woman with him, because it was almost like. How close was he to actually hitting someone?
He said, shut the F up.
Yeah.
It was so just visceral.
But see, I disagree with the whole Ashley thing because she like ate it up. Like,
I know, but I'm saying down the
she
road.
smoked
Like,
down the road, yeah.
Honestly, it makes me feel like I could see Thomas beating someone, physically hurting someone.
You know, speaking of that, I was reading the Hollywood gossip, and Kim Kardashian's childhood friend actually dated him, went on a date, and this is what she said. She said allegedly, let's see, Ravenel allegedly was all of a sudden frightening, and he changed his demeanor after a date. He went from being a gentleman to a terror with little or no warning.
Well, part of the sexual harassment claims, remember, a woman said
Yeah.
he grabbed her arm very forcefully and there was a bruise.
Yes.
And I'm like, if I'm a lawyer watching this for one of my clients, I would be using that in court.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, trust me. You know,
kidding me?
reading all the news, Catherine is probably, she's saying that she's not talking about it right now, but people are speculating that she's probably going to be talking about it when she goes to court.
She needs to.
She needs to.
Once she has her kids in her possession and she realizes that she's got the upper hand in the situation with him, I have a feeling this girl is just gonna write a book.
Yeah.
She's gonna write a book about her
I
experience.
wonder if
with
she's going to do a
Thomas.
360. Like, she's just going to get nasty with him again. Like, she's not going to play nice anymore. Like,
I don't know.
I wonder how her behavior
know-
is going to be. Because, you know, she's being very calculated. She even said so herself. She's like, I'm being nice to him just so that I can get to see my kids and get what I want out of it.
I don't think she
said
is.
that in
I
an
feel like
interview.
Catherine 2.0 is here to stay because
3.0.
3.0, that's
Yeah.
true.
Well, I'm not saying she won't be like that with everybody else. I'm just saying with him. Is she going to...
As long as there is not an agreement, I think that she is swallowing her pride
Yeah.
She is.
until there's agreement. And so I think she's going to be sadly have to be as nice to him as she can
Yeah,
Yes.
I would love to give a round of applause for Catherine because
let's do
that
it.
girl is just, that woman is, I mean, if it were me during this entire episode,
We talked
I
about
don't
it.
know. I think Crystal was like, do you see these nails? These
I'd
would've
gouge
gone
your eyes out.
straight.
be. The bitches would have been out for
Seriously.
blood.
Like, I
Blood,
We're
y'all.
Latinas, okay? We don't mess around.
We do not mess around. We get straight to
Well,
it.
but Italians talk with their heads, they get a little passionate.
I'm not trying to be
Not trying to be
racist.
racist, but you know, that just excuses everything.
Oh my
What
god!
I mean,
Get out of here.
if
Trash
that
is
man
trash.
isn't, anyone who said good genetics, and I'm like, yeah,
Did you see
freaking
her-
inbreeding.
Can I just say something? And it really has nothing to do with anything, but it does. When they were sitting at the dining room table, she literally had something dirty on the table. She took her napkin and went like this to the floor. And that to me tells me this
did not
woman,
see that.
This woman has no class. Okay, she doesn't care about anybody but herself because somebody has to clean that up. This is not your home.
Yeah.
So that tells
Yeah.
me a lot about a person. So I'm just saying, Trashly.
You know what? And one,
Bye-bye.
just to go off of that, one of I don't know if their name is privacy or if it's just their
It's
private
probably
on
their
the
name.
chat. But they said earlier that Thomas and Ashley are both cokeheads. And it's his
Seems like
AWS that now needs rehab. The way he attacked Chelsea looks like the way he would definitely physically abuse a woman. And you know what I have to say?
God,
I agree. I would
yes.
not be surprised if
Yeah.
I'm sure Thomas does drugs. I'm sure. And honestly,
100%.
because I bet you probably one of the reasons why Catherine got into drugs
Yeah,
was
him.
because of
Him.
Thomas. Whitney Houston didn't do it on her own. Her brother put it
okay.
into it. Okay.
Yes.
But I
Right.
bet, and Ashley too, I bet honestly they're doing drugs.
Yeah, and
Sorry.
Catherine even talked about like
not a
she's
fact.
like, well,
It's just-
I'm glad when she was on the ferry, she was talking about how like she's glad everybody's being able to see what she's had to deal with. That side of Thomas that nobody gets to see.
Yeah, because they were like a mental institution couple.
Yeah,
that she had to
they
deal with.
really were.
Because I
Yeah.
think Thomas does try to be the good guy.
But following off from our live chat, we love to hear from you guys. guys. Make sure you
Yes.
subscribe. You give us 5 stars. You leave us a
Yes.
comment on iTunes, Stitcher. What's the other one?
Google Play
Google
for,
Play.
for people across the pond that are listening in London. That was a really
That was
good.
so
British-
good.
I am like,
Oh my god, you're
that
on
was
fire
like Dick
tonight.
Van Dyke and Mary Poppins good, which that's authentic.
That was so good. Going off of that.
Oh, CC Freaks said Thomas went to jail a few years ago for drugs. I
Oh,
didn't know
see?
that.
Yeah, he
a
did.
felon. And, you know, he's
Yeah.
a felon.
Anyway, I'm sorry. Go. Yeah,
But-
rate us, y'all.
Yeah, rate us.
Yes.
Give us 5 stars, 3 stars, 2 stars, whatever you'd like.
No, don't
I'm
give
just
us
kidding.
2 stars.
5 stars.
These
Give us 5
Latina
stars.
girls will come
Yes,
for you
we'll
with their
come for you.
nails.
No, I'm kidding. So yeah, make sure you leave us a comment as well. We
Please.
love to hear from you guys, and also on our YouTube, like, subscribe, leave us comments. We love the conversation.
Sharing is caring.
Each of
Yes.
and I feel like all of us, including all 4 of us, really get into the conversation with you guys, and we
Yes.
love hearing your stories too, because a lot of people comment their own stories, their
I
own
mean,
life
Laura
stories.
has a sick child, y'all, and she's commenting. That is
Yes.
love.
Yes,
So-
that's dedication
Yeah.
right
That
there.
is dedication.
Yes.
So let's get into the dinner.
Sure.
And I want to talk about Chelsea, Austin, and Victoria as well.
Is this
So-
a dinner at the house?
So this is a
or the
dinner. No. The dinner at the house. So I guess
Yeah.
everybody went.
After they went fishing?
Half of them went fishing. Half of
Okay.
them went
Crabbing.
crabbing.
Yeah.
And there was a picture taken
Oh my gosh.
by
Okay, I'll be
Naomi.
Chelsea.
Okay.
Okay, you do it.
See, and I'll be Naomi. And and then
kissing me.
so then
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
snapped a picture and I posted that on my Instagram. And who
Uh-huh.
sees it? Victoria.
Yes.
Who is
Insecure.
right according to Austin, and Austin's like, what, I wasn't doing anything, she was just holding on to me, which, I mean, to that picture it doesn't look like
She wasn't kissing. The
Chelsea
wind
was
was
kissing.
blowing.
You could clearly see that, right?
Now, this is what I'll say. They weren't kissing, but
Would you be uncomfortable with that?
no, I was going to say though, but there was, and at least in the way it was presented on the show, there seemed to be a little bit of an
Flirtation.
attraction.
well, they were together, they love
They're
each other.
flirting.
Yeah,
That's
true.
Sorry, Laura just said love you guys, which we do love you too, Laura. And then she's calling her Vanilla Victoria. Which is so true. She's
does.
kind of boring.
She is.
But I don't know. So my question to y'all is like, do you think if you saw that, do you think Victoria was in the right? How would you
I would have
feel?
called Austin,
I would have.
and
I would have
like,
been like,
Excuse me?
FaceTime and like, I will cut you. No, sorry. No, but seriously, I would be very upset knowing that there's this history. But at the same time, you knew walking into this what the whole. I mean, you came into the scenario.
It's your
kind of-
friend.
Yeah.
And then the guy you're dating. So it's not
Yeah.
like the guy you're dating and then a
She's-
stranger.
You know why she's feeling insecure though? Sorry.
'Cause she's a
Is
lousy
that-
friend.
Is that she did it to Chelsea, and
Yes.
that's what it comes down to.
But
What goes
Chelsea's better
around?
than you, girl.
Yeah, what goes
Better.
around
I said,
comes
I'm
around.
Victoria,
Yes,
you could be a
karma.
nice person.
Chelsea looked amazing. Her dress was so pretty.
She was beautiful.
And so did Naomi.
Mm-hmm.
And then a little bit about it too. Craig shaves his chest. I was
okay.
like,
That's
okay. And then
I'm telling you, Craig is just going more and more and more towards just twink. I'm telling you, if he came out to WeHo, he would be like, yeah,
all over the place.
Yeah,
I just love that he was. I just love that he was so upset with Shep when he threw the shark the way he did. He's like, "Is that really necessary?"
Craig is a sensitive soul, and
He
that's why
is.
we love
That's
him
what
for
I love
it.
him.
so
Yeah.
Ashley asked Thomas to feed her, right, as they're
Oh.
getting ready for dinner.
Barf.
And
As
then,
Naomi said,
Yeah. And then Ashley had
Again,
a
thirsty.
chat. Ashley, Thomas, and Shep had a very mini talk, and they were discussing, I guess, not really much, because at the end of it, Ashley came out with the attitude and said, I'm the girl. I'm not the girl. I wear the pants in this relationship.
Like
I am the boss.
like Catherine said, the elevator doesn't go all the way to the top. Okay.
She was saying how she is the boss
Please.
and dominating everything, and that Thomas likes to act as if he's the boss, but we all know the
I
true
just-
meaning of that.
I feel like the thing is that she just seems, she's just so ridiculous, and that she's trying to have, it's almost like she's trying to put self-importance on herself.
Of course.
And, obviously.
Like a child,
Yeah,
like
and
a
there's not this
child.
commitment there. And it's, I feel like when I think about all the issues in this episode of where things stemmed from people making it about them. Like it never really was it's never been about Ashley. And honestly, for Victoria, I'm kind of like, it never really was about you, because I understand where she could kind of come from, but going back to, I just have to say that Chelsea's supposed to be your really good friend. So what does that say about what you, I mean, the type of respect and what trust you have for your best friend? So I'm like,
And
first
for
of all,
Austin.
yeah. So I'm like, first of all, if that's the way you feel about your friends and your gut, well, then you need to get your life together, girl, and get
Yes.
around people that A,
Yes.
you trust, or
Right.
B,
Yes.
work on your own stuff. But for Austin now, if I was Austin, I'm like, no way would I be with you, because I feel like this is just going to keep happening.
Yeah, but he kind of mentioned that. He talked about that. He's like, I'm not going to be doing this every
Yeah.
time. Like, I want to hug her. I got to, like, appease you and try to talk you into basically being secure with
Right.
yourself. Like, that's not
She
going to
knew
happen.
since the very beginning what she was getting herself into.
She did.
She wasn't a great friend to Chelsea, and now, you know, she's suffering the consequences of it. And
Yep.
that's what happens
Yep.
because karma is a bee.
And she's vanilla.
And she's vanilla, according to Laura. This episode was so intense, and we all feel a certain way about Ashley. All of us pretty much agree, but we forgot about Landon. Landon was not a favorite
I
to the
thought
show.
of Landon while we were watching that.
I
You
did too, and I was like, man, Landon must have been like, oh, I'm the most hated person on Southern Charm, and Ashley must have been like, hold my beer. Let me show you how it's done.
That's so funny.
I just
that
thought I'd
you
bring that
know,
up.
that is hilarious. Because
Yeah.
I literally thought the same thing. I was like, I thought Landon was bad, but
now
no,
she makes
this,
Landon look like an angel.
totally,
Like,
totally,
a perfect person.
Yes. See, Landon to me is almost like a mix between Ashley and Victoria, but like sort of like brought down a lot more notches than Ashley.
Yeah.
You know
No,
what I mean?
I don't think Landon is. I wouldn't compare it at all to Ashley, to me, because Ashley is, like Chelsea said. CC Freak said, after tonight, Landon is an angel.
Yeah.
But
CC Freak, you agree.
Yes.
like
And
Chelsea
Danny
said,
is awesome.
this was evil. This was actually horribly manipulative, pointed, and really, really mean.
Calculated.
Maleficent.
Landon was much more
Girl.
reactionary. This was she was proactive. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Ashley knew she was going to have this fight with Catherine probably 2 days before she,
Yeah.
as soon as she decided to go with Hilton Head. I think she had already put it in her head. Because I think the reason why she doesn't like Catherine is because she is choosing to not want to like
Yeah.
Catherine.
You're right, because then she kind of like gamed up Thomas in the car of why she feels this way and that way about the
and I fought for you and all. Whereas Landon,
she's setting him up for it.
Landon was just had a silver spoon up her butt, just
Yeah.
raised so rich, has no idea. Like,
In La La
oh my
Land.
God, guys, I'm trying to start my website. I'm a working woman. A website is hard. Like, that's Landon, and so she's just in a totally different. She's
She was
selling real
kind of
estate in California.
calculated too because of the situation between her and Thomas. Like,
But-
they're, you know,
Don't make Landon that smart.
Yeah, don't.
Don't
because
make Landon that
she started
smart.
this entire website and she came up with a name
And
that was
she
already
like,
taken
and
at
she's like,
the end.
I forgot to check my trademark, you guys. Oh,
Girl, the first thing you
yeah.
do when starting a vlog, a business,
Girl,
you go to GoDaddy.
Go, the freaking
his
GoDaddy.
impersonations are killing.
I know.
Laura says, by the way, I wish Austin would fight for Chelsea the way Chelsea fight for Chelsea to Chelsea the way he fought for their friendship in the episode
Yes,
to
I was thinking
Victoria.
the same
I
thing,
think that if
girl.
he had pleaded his case to Chelsea and been like, hey,
Nah.
that if you, man, I'm gonna. But again, if I would change, like I want my life to be this with you and that,
He
I
has
think
to-
she would.
Yeah, he
He
has
doesn't
to
wanna
prove
change.
himself
Yeah.
because she won't believe it.
No.
It's like it goes in one ear, out the other.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
just
if
not
you, I
happening.
mean, when she said, you know, you're still going out and having fun and living it up, he was kind of like, he agreed, you know, and I don't
Yeah.
think he wants to change that, not yet, anyways.
Right.
He's still younger, you
Yeah.
know. So, you know, I think the whole thing is, I think maybe when he gets to a place when he's got his, you know what, together.
when they're in rocking chairs, both of them, maybe
Yes,
he'll
yeah,
be
yeah,
like,
maybe
okay,
that's what it'll be.
I guess we can make this
Yeah,
work.
But
yeah.
by then, Chelsea's already going to have somebody because I'm telling you,
But
she's
you know,
such a
you
cat.
never know.
She's not
She
going to.
is.
No.
She really
She's not
is.
gonna wait.
we
Well,
love you.
let's jump into our, from there, not so charming segment.
Oh,
Hey,
yes.
girl.
Hey, girl!
Not so charming.
Running out of time, so Matt, take it away.
You know what my not so charming was? Out of all of this is where I was like, this is not so charming, is that Craig, I love him.
I knew you were gonna say Craig.
But Craig needs to learn to. So this is a little therapist tip that I use. Whenever I feel like activated and like my mind's in something, I really see myself getting involved with someone. I do this thing where I take a breath and I count 3, 2, 1, and I kind of take a breath and I say, "Oh wait," and I just imagine my body kind of like lifting up out of the situation. You know how people talk about when they die, they like see themselves? I'm oh wait. And I make myself kind of lift up and look at the whole situation. And then I think, is my opinion really needed? And that's with Craig with like the crawfish. And like, I mean, he was literally holding on to Austin, wanting to jump in that fight with the women at the beginning. Like, he is thirsty for drama and to fix things. He wants to fix. And so, Craig, I feel like his life and tension with Naomi would be so much better if he just didn't fix things. That's not so charming. Just hold back.
Okay, so I know you guys said that we can have a not so charming but charming moment, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna. You're gonna hate me for this, but I'm gonna say I wish he would have jumped in. Okay, I wish Craig would have jumped in. Yes, because you know what? He would have totally made. I would have loved to hear what he would have said. It would have made such good TV. He would have had. He would.
No, Laura, where are you? Help me.
The way he protected that shark. Imagine how he would have protected Catherine and would have called out. Ashley.
I think it's coming.
Oh,
he might get
come
into
on,
it.
Craig.
Speaking of, before you say yours, Laura L. Thomas is not so charming. Ashley painting Thomas's toenails orange.
Oh, yeah,
I like that it's not the painting, it's that the orange.
gold.
The orange is, it was a weird color.
Yeah.
What about you?
My not so charming moment, I mean, straight off the bat, I'm sorry, but it has to go to Ashley. She was just throwing things left and right. I couldn't think of anything else. I couldn't concentrate on the rest of the episode. It was everything that was coming. It was a hair flipping. It was
the nanny.
the nanny.
Yeah.
You guys look like witches.
Yeah.
Well, she is.
You know what? I am getting a mother frickin' Ashley wig.
Yeah. Oh.
I am getting a Fair Fawcett Ashley wig.
For our finale.
Yes.
Because she was full throttle. I couldn't take it. I literally was like, can we pause this for a second? I need to breathe.
Yes.
Like, it was a lot.
It was a lot. It was a lot.
But with that said, do we have any news?
We do have one piece of news.
AfterBuzz TV.
Speaking of your, this is, I just want to say the shade is real. This is Ashley's Instagram, Ashley H. Jacobs on Instagram. And it's a picture of a double rainbow, which of course doesn't look like she took, but she just said, ignore the rain, look for the rainbow.
Rainbows, boo. Come on.
Rainbow.
There's two. There's two.
But I have to
I don't
say,
get it. I'm not going to like it. Don't double tap
so
it.
if you go on Instagram, and look, so obviously she's
How many people liked it?
She's avoiding the haters.
Oh, God.
Oh, wait. 1,300 people liked it.
Here.
However, though, if y'all scroll down and look at the comments, people are like, one said, well, I hope you brought an umbrella for that rain because this is a... And they have like a little poop emoji storm. And people are like, girl, you're white trash. Like, people are going in for her.
Good.
Yeah.
But she'll respond to the positive comments, but she won't to the negative.
Yes.
Of course not.
Of course not.
That's in her nature. Do you have any news?
It just they asked Catherine. I think I mentioned this earlier, but Catherine about whether or not she was going to mention anything about Thomas. Sorry, I'm like. This cold has me all whacked out. Anyways, I'm waiting until the investigation is complete before I comment on anything. Right now, my main focus is my children. And that's what she's saying about the whole situation about Thomas and his pervertedness.
Do we have... Do we have anyone in our live chat that has anything left to say? I feel like there was so many people chiming in.
No, I don't think there's any news. A really great shout out, obviously, Laura, so glad you're there, but also to CC Freak and Privacy One or Privacy Eye. Both of y'all. There was more people watching, but they were the two that really talking. So if you're watching in the chat, be sure to jump in. We love...
Yeah, we love to hear you guys talking about
Privacy said, am I missing the live? I don't think you're missing the live. No,
you're here.
No, you were here. We're going.
Yeah, we're going at it. So before we leave, let's talk a little bit about our predictions.
Your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
I gotta think about this one. For next week.
Okay. I'm going to go with... I'm not going to do the obvious with Ashley. We can't, but I mean, I'm not going there. I do think, though, that... I kind of already said we saw a little bit about Thomas. I think I think we have not seen the last Naomi and Craig fight this season.
Oh.
They're still tense around each other. They're still digging at each other. I still think we're going to have another Naomi Craig fight this season. Sadly, I want it to be done, but I think it's going to happen. Maybe even next episode.
It makes for good TV. Anyways, I'm so bad. I will say my predictions are I believe that Thomas will have his fingernails painted next. Hopefully they'll
To match
be
his
in
toenails?
red. Yes, maybe not. Who knows?
My prediction is not necessarily for next episode. My prediction is hopefully for next season. I want to get Danny on as a cast member, official cast member, because that girl is...
She stepped it up.
Yeah, she stepped it up. She's a great wing woman. She's got a lot.
She deserves
does
the
not,
gold.
she does not hold back.
No.
I say, Danny, to the rescue.
Danny to the
Get it,
rescue.
girl.
Get
And
it.
Laura's prediction is I predict Baby Palmer makes her grand entrance.
Oh,
I hope next time. I feel like they're going to
so.
save that
I
now
totally
for
forgot
the.
about Cameron.
I feel like they're going to save it for the last episode now. That's what I think. But
I mean,
I hope so.
yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Gosh. Okay, well, I feel better now that I talked about it and we
Yeah.
with you guys,
It's like
right?
a purge. It's like I
Yeah.
just talked to a
Yes,
priest
yes,
about confessing.
yes.
So, you guys, thank you so much for joining us. And we're signing off. Matt, do you like to take people where
Yes.
they can find you?
You can find me at Matt Marr, 2 T's, 2 R's. You can also find me on Southern Charm New Orleans with you on Thursday nights.
Season finale.
The finale, we're going to have an interview with with Justin.
Justin.
It's
Oh,
going
I
to be
gotta
coming
watch.
up.
Yeah.
Also on Queer Eye, we just finished that. We'll be starting Queer Eye, the second season, in 2 weeks. So that's exciting. And yeah, the Matt Marr.
Cristal McLoughlin here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Oh, it was such a great episode. I cannot wait till next week. And also, you can find me on all social media at Cristal823. It's CRISTAL823. And add me, friend me, talk to me. If you have something to say in iTunes, please do. You know,
Yeah.
we're always looking to comment back, and we want to hear your opinions.
Sarah Avante says, yes, Danny needs to be a cast member.
Yes!
There you go. And tell everyone they find you.
And my name is Mayte. You can find me everywhere at Mayte Carrillo _. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you here next week.
Yeah, well, full panel.
Yes.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Trash you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.